Well, it is that time again, everybody. The psychopath that runs the Nintendo social media channels has decided to drop another random Xenoblade trailer. I know this was rumored for a while. There were whispers around the internet that maybe Nintendo would be doing something Xenoblade related this week. Well, guess what? They did, and here I am talking about it again. So we actually got a significant amount of information in this trailer. So let's quickly go through some of the stuff that they have shown off in this trailer. We get another look at the graphics again, which, by the way, look fantastic. This game looks incredible now. I really like the art style, especially the character faces. I think they are perfect, and they should basically be using this art style in every Xenoblade game moving forward. I think it's a really happy medium that sort of is a mesh of the original X style and the style that they have iterated on up until Xenoblade 3. One of the biggest changes, in my opinion, is the new name for our player character. I'm sorry, but who the fuck is Ryan? If you guys don't know, in previous promotional material, the player character in Xenoblade X has basically always been referred to as Cross. It's not official. They never say it in an interview or anything like that, but in Japanese, the player character in trailers is written as Cross, and this time, however, they're named Ryan. But it's kind of weird because in the Japanese versions of these trailers, the character is still named Cross, not Ryan. So who the hell is Ryan? Get him out of here. I don't think the main character should be called Ryan. I'm sorry. In the part of the video that shows combat, we can also see that the HUD has been completely overhauled. And I gotta say, as someone that really liked the aesthetic of the original X quite a bit, this is a major improvement. Everything looks so clean and nice and easily laid out. Also, I noticed next to Ryan's portrait that it looks like there's an icon designating whether a party member is using overdrive or not, which is pretty cool. Wasn't like that in the original. The tyrants have a little bit of a flourish next to their health bar and name. Similar to how in Definitive Edition they added those wings to the unique monsters. You have like a tech-looking design there. I like that a lot. There's 2 bars underneath the arts palette now. I imagine that the green bar that fills up and you have to press Y corresponds to overdrive, maybe. I'm not entirely sure what the orange bar could be. Maybe it has something to do with TP or tension. I'm unsure. The blue exclamation point icons from one Definitive Edition have returned, and they're going to let us know if we're on the side of an enemy and can get the bonus damage, or back of an enemy, so on and so forth. So you all will be able to sliding slinger to our heart's content. There's a new health bar that looks like it's for enemy appendages. I like how it's a lot more clearly laid out. I appreciate that. It's also worth noting that the level cap has increased past 60. In one of the clips, we can see that 62 is now achievable. In the original game, you were stuck at 60 because there was a lot of cut content from Xenoblade X, and I imagine as some sort of balancing measure, they decided to lower the level cap. You still can face enemies that are level 99, much higher than you. But the fact that they've increased the level cap indicates to me that there is a significant amount of new content in this game that would warrant doing that. Because Xenoblade X is a massive open world game, the levels of enemies and the level that the player can become is an extremely important thing. And I think that the decision to allow the players to go past level 60 means that there has been some large change with the world design. So I'm excited to see what that's going to be. I especially like the overdrive guide on the right side. Previously, you'd kind of have to jump through hoops in the original game if you were just a casual player to try and understand like what all the colors did and the combinations and what order you should do them in. So I think it's really, really nice that this is here. And it looks like the guide stays there for the duration of the overdrive, which is really nice. I imagine that there's probably a toggle as well. So if you are familiar with the way that it works, it may not show up. That's just a guess, however. We don't know what the menu looks like yet. Speaking of the menu, in some extra footage uploaded to the Xenoblade X DE website, we actually get to see what the map looks like this time around. And it's much of the same, which is interesting because it's no longer on the gamepad. I guess they wanted to just try and drop the gamepad functionality and just have it be on the TV. So I don't know exactly how this is going to feel controlling without a stylus, so we'll see. It's really nice that you're able to play this game without a gamepad. As much as I liked using the gamepad in Wii U games, I feel as if sometimes it was a bit of a handicap for game design. It was sort of this thing that a lot of the AAA games had to do. It also looks like they've updated a lot of the icons. The textures are a lot cleaner and nicer. And I also think the map itself looks a lot better, but that might be just because it's zoomed out. They also give us a look at the character creator as well, and there are a number of new options available to us. A lot of the hair has significantly changed, though. Most notably is the Mithra hairstyle right over here, and also the one next to it kind of reminds me of Nia, although I could be wrong there. They also have new face paint. Notable additions here include a Monado that you can put on your face, and also a Xenogears-esque X. We also see an X similar to this in the original trailer for Xenoblade X shown all those years ago, and in the Xenoblade 1 Definitive Edition trailer, again, we have another red X. So I think that pays homage to that. And for all of you gooners out there, I'm sorry to let you know that it does seem like this game is going to be based on the North American release of Xenoblade X. So that means that we will not be getting the boob slider. We will not be able to put big mommy milkers on your player character. I'm sorry. It is unfortunate, I know. But, this is the world that we live in, and we're just going to have to buck up and move on, I guess. The reason they're probably doing that is because the game originally launched in Japan in April 2015, and then later in December 2015, it started making the rounds in the rest of the world. And at that point, there had been a few updates, iterations, and DLC, and that was all just packaged together in the North American version. And I think it was just easier for them to use that as a jumping off point for this remastered version. On the website, we also see brand new, high quality, beautiful renders for all of our main characters. And thank God that they did this, because the previous X renders were so bad. They were all so low quality, and these look fantastic. Alright, though, the moment you've all been waiting for, let's talk about the new content in this game. So about midway through the trailer, they show us this new character. It sounds like she is voiced by Erica Lindbeck. That is my guess. That as an Erica Lindbeck fan, this sounds like her.
Anytime you need a little extra help, give me a call. I happen to be a pretty competent pilot. That might be a skill you're in the market for.
She is voicing this character that looks like Jack the Pumpkin King. In all seriousness, this design does look kind of cool. As you can see from the emblem on her chest, she is a member of Blade, so I think it's more than likely she is a human character, although since she's wearing a mask, she potentially could be an alien character, or maybe a character that we've seen before. Ooh, spooky. They pilot this really sick new Skell. I like this design a lot. I love the way that it transforms into a plane when it's flying. And speaking of new Skells, we got a look at these two. Now, technically, they're not new Skells. Previously exclusive enemies that you could only fight in squad missions. They're called Neilnail Albus and Neilnail Fervus. And for the first time, we're seeing them in a cutscene. So this could either be the new story content or a new side quest that they're adding. In this same scene with the Neil Nail Skells, we see this girl, whose name is also Neil Nail. And we know this because of the Xenoblade X art book that came out years ago. It had tons of scrapped content, and this character was in it, and her name was Neil Nail. She seems to be the same exact race as Celica, which is interesting. We get more Clurian lore. That's nice. We always love to learn more about the aliens in Xenoblade X. This is potentially going to be a new party member, just like the new Erica Lindbeck character. Now, at the very end of the trailer, they show us more story content. So this indicates to me that everything before this point is base game, before you beat Xenoblade Chronicles X. And the new content that we're seeing there is probably some new party members, some new affinity missions, stuff like that. And then everything after this point is the new story content, the things that are important to the plot of Xenoblade X. So here we see Lao on the beach with presumably the Black Knight, unmasked. He has silver hair. We don't get a good look at his face because just as he starts to turn, the scene cuts. But I think I can ascertain the identity of this presumably Black Knight character. Myself and many others since Xenoblade X released have been of the belief that the identity of the Black Knight is Elma's partner from Earth. Now, if you don't remember, Elma states that she previously had a partner that she fended off the Ghost and Ganglion attacks with, and he sacrificed himself to save her and the other people on the White Whale. I genuinely think that this is the guy. We'll see. We're probably going to learn the identity of the Black Knight. And to prove the point that it probably is Elma's old partner, we can hear Lynn and I think Gwyn. I'm not super good at the X, whose voice is whose in X. Lynn says, "That's Skell," and the other character says, "You're still alive." It really seems like this character that might have been dead, or presumed dead, is coming back. That could also be them referring to Lao, because at the end of the original game, they thought he was dead. He fell into the DNA goo, and they beat him, and he's gone, and that was it. So maybe they're surprised to see Lao again. Also, in this scene, we get to see the other new Skell in this trailer. And this Skell is extremely important, because you know what that looks like to me? That looks like a goddamn Ouroboros. I don't know if any of you can see it, but it looks very, very Ouroboros-like to me. So the Madman Takahashi may just be doing some crossover shenanigans. At the very end of the trailer, we get a brief look at a new area. It definitely gives me Bionis Shoulder or Erythia Sea vibes. All of the floating land masses around here. This area was not accessible in the original version of Mira. There's this famous piece of concept art of Mira that people share pretty frequently. You can see Primordia on here, Sylvalum, Cauldros. I think this location could be on the North or South Poles, or potentially those cracks in the ocean. It looks like Mira has a giant crater, and these land masses are floating above it. So that's my guess here. So that was everything that I was able to glean from these trailers. What do you guys think? This trailer definitely exceeded my expectations. I am more excited than I've ever been to play Xenoblade X again, and I hope all of you are too. Past couple years have been really great for Xenoblade fans, and it doesn't seem like that's going to stop here. Personally, I'm going to hold the belief until the end of time that Xenoblade X has always been planned to be Xenoblade 10. Just you wait. That is how it's going to happen. In 20, 30 years, when the story is complete, Xenoblade X will be Xenoblade 10. If you like the video, leave a like, comment down below, subscribe if you want to see more funny sword game content. I've been on break recently because I did a big move and I was super busy with that, but I'm trying to get back to the content grind and get a bunch more Xenoblade videos up for you this year, so look forward to that. I also want to thank my channel members, To Play and Polygloom, who are at the Legendary Blade tier. You guys are the GOATs. A Float Sign at the Rare Blade tier. Thank you so much for sticking with me, even though I haven't been uploading that much in the past couple months. But fear not, we're going to get back to normal. It is going to be all right. And with that, I will see you guys in the next one. Bye.